What's up everyone, and welcome back to the Bold and the Beautiful 24 official channel. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button today. Let's get started. Luna's paternity test results changed. Won't bio dad? The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that Luna Nozawa's paternity results may be altered. When the DNA test reveals that Will Spencer is not the biological father, will Luna appear to be lying? The idea of detaining Luna until she is far enough along for a paternity test has been discussed extensively. It's best not to believe anything Luna says because of the numerous lies she has said and the crazy schemes she has carried out. Bill Spencer made Luna do several pregnancy tests, which proved that she was really pregnant, but he isn't quite certain that this is his grandchild. Even when Luna is by herself and speaking to her unborn child, she appears to be quite certain that Will is the father. In addition, Luna has been obsessed with Will for several months. Because Luna has a complete obsession with Will, BNB fans have every reason to believe her when she swears she doesn't sleep around like Papi Nozawa. Luna is totally okay with getting a paternity test done as soon as possible because of this. Luna is actually eager to demonstrate that her unborn child is a Spencer heir. Perhaps the very clear paternity test result won't be that obvious after all, given the amount of attention being paid to it. There is still a potential that the paternity test will be manipulated, even though Luna seems to be telling the truth about Will being the baby's father. Would Bill have to alter the outcomes in order to trick Will, Katie Logan, and everyone else? If Bill becomes desperate enough to release his son, that is a possibility to think about. If it meant ensuring Will has no more connection to Luna, Bill could be prepared to set aside his grandchild. We can picture Bill demonstrating that there is no connection in spite of Luna's objections and re-incarcerating her. However, a manipulated paternity test might also be the result of someone like Electra Forrester. Lee Finnegan, who owes Electra for allowing Luna to ruin her relationship with Will, may even provide assistance to Electra. In any case, it would be fitting for Luna to fall prey to a plot this time. Luna should appear dishonest when her own paternity test results are revealed because she once deceived Bill with a phony paternity test. Although the actual Daddy Will news might still be revealed later, Luna might be taken aback if the preliminary findings are changed. When Luna accuses someone of test manipulation, she might discover that no one takes her seriously. Keep checking back for updates on any drama surrounding the paternity test, as the Bold and the Beautiful claims that Luna might end up inconsolable if she is actually accused of sleeping around. Does Luna Nozawa, who is pregnant, vanish? Given that she is expecting Will Spencer Jr.'s child, Luna Nozawa may be in over her head, according to the Bold and the Beautiful. Luna believed that she would avoid going to jail and be able to get a future with Will Spencer Jr., but that is clearly not the case. Below are spoilers for what will happen next on Bold and the Beautiful. Will Luna Nozawa try her best? When Bill Spencer found out that Luna Nozawa had raped his youngest son and was expecting a little Spencer heir, we all knew he would not be pleased. He already has a grudge against Luna because he almost killed his other son, Liam Spencer, with a gun. However, no one anticipated that he would react so irrationally to the news. Luna might start to worry about her safety after reading Bold and the Beautiful. It appears that Dollar Bill is keeping his word and wants Luna Nozawa to end the pregnancy. He will handle things on his own if she doesn't. Attacks by Bill Spencer? After confirming her pregnancy, Luna Nozawa might disappear from the daytime serial opera, according to the rumor mill. Perhaps her maternal instincts take over and she flees as soon as she realizes she actually has a baby inside. And then there's a far darker option. Will Luna disappear when Bill Spencer hires someone to take care of her and the baby? Will Spencer Jr. has no plans to raise a child with Luna, a serial killer. But perhaps he may change his mind now that he is single and the immediate shock has subsided? He go look for his baby in 9 months if Luna goes missing? As Luna Nozawa clutched her growing belly with a mixture of pride, fear, and stubborn certainty that Will Spencer Jr. was the father of her unborn child, the tension inside the Spencer mansion thickened like storm clouds rolling over the Pacific. However, rumors circulating through Los Angeles suggested otherwise, and the shadow of a manipulated paternity test began to loom over every conversation, every secretive glance, and every cunning phone call. This was because, despite Luna's insistence that she hadn't slept around like her mother Papi, even though she insisted that Will was her one true obsession, and even whispered to her unborn child in the dead of night that Daddy Will would love them forever, the men and women surrounding her Bill, Katie, Electra, Lee, and even Steffi watching from afar knew how easily test results could be twisted at Forrester Creations' orbit, where power and influence could twist science itself. In order to prove or disprove the nightmare that loomed over his family, Bill Spencer demanded multiple pregnancy tests to make sure that Luna wasn't lying about carrying a Spencer heir. However, in the back of his mind, he was already planning, thinking about how convenient it would be if the test somehow cleared Will, if Luna was discredited as a manipulator, a liar, and a predator so convenient, in fact, that he started making discreet inquiries to doctors, labs, and anyone else who owed him favors in the City of Angels. Katie Logan, caught between her protective instincts for her son and her awareness of Bill's brutal streak, started to wonder if the results, when they finally arrived, would actually reflect biology or instead reflect Bill's unwavering will, because she saw the same glint in his eyes that had once destroyed rival businesses and shattered enemies in courtrooms, and she feared that he would prefer to hide the truth than raise a child tied to Luna. When the test revealed that Will Spencer was not the biological father, chaos broke out like wildfire, as Luna screamed that it was a lie, repeatedly insisted that Will was the only man she had ever dated, and swore that the test had been tampered with. Despite this, every face in the room stared back at her with skepticism, doubt, and, in the case of Electra Forrester, a barely contained sense of vindicated glee that was. Because Electra had been afraid of losing Will to Luna's obsession and now had scientific proof that Luna was nothing more than a cunning plotter attempting to insert herself into the Spencer dynasty, Will himself struggled with confusion and guilt, haunted by half-memories of that drunken night and divided between wanting to believe his family and wanting to trust Luna. But he was powerless to resist the evidence thrust upon him, a cold sheet of paper stating that he was not the father, and Luna's protests were ignored, despite the fact that she had previously deceived Bill with a phony paternity test, making the irony cruelly perfect. No one would believe her now. Regardless of how genuine her cries were, there were more possible culprits hiding behind the curtain of suspicion because, just as Bill had the resources and the desire to cut off his family's connection to Luna, so did Electra, who secretly formed an odd alliance with Lee Finnegan, the grandmother who had once staged Luna's death and smuggled her out of a hospital. Lee saw an opportunity to completely wash her hands of her granddaughter by helping to manipulate the test, guaranteeing Luna's downfall and allowing Electra, whom Lee admired for her composure and devotion to Will, to flourish in Luna's place. Swore her child was a Spencer, and pleaded with anyone Bill, Katie, Hope, even Ridge for belief. The city of Los Angeles shut its ears, treating her words as the ravings of a pathological liar. As the days turned into nights, Luna felt the walls closing in, her once smug certainty replaced by desperation, paranoia, and the growing fear that Bill Spencer himself might not only disown her child but also take darker measures, as rumors of Luna disappearing started to circulate. Some speculated that she might leave on her own maternal instincts, disappearing before Bill's threats could come to pass, while others darkly suggested that Dollar Bill, angry at the taint of her bloodline and unwilling to risk a Spencer heir born of such scandal, might arrange for her and the unborn child to be taken care of. As Luna packed a small bag one night, considering flight, she couldn't help but wonder if Will. In the world of the bold and the beautiful, DNA is never just DNA, it is power, it is inheritance, it is love and manipulation entwined, and Luna Nozawa, whether or not she was carrying Will's child, was about to learn just how dangerous it was to challenge the Spencers, the Forresters, and the complex web of enemies who would rather see her labeled a liar than see her child inherit the Spencer name. So young, so shaken, so scarred, might one day come searching for the truth after 9 months, whether he might one day hold her baby and recognize himself in the child's eyes, and whether or not he might realize too late that the test results had been manipulated.